Hi, and welcome back to Simply Renee. My name is Renee, and today I'm just going to show you a bonus video of my staycation that I had the week of August 18th. It is raining at the moment, so excuse the thunder that's in the background if you can hear it. And I just wanted to show the staycation highlights, and I did get a lot done, but not as much as I thought. I failed to make the beignets that I hoped, so I'm going to make them in the future. And also, I didn't get to do a few other things too, like a lot of the cleaning or going to the gym as I'd hoped, but it was a nice vacation. I really enjoyed it for a staycation. And it was a good one. So without further ado, here are some of the things I did and the highlights. For day one, I didn't go to the gym. Instead, I just did a little bit of housework and cleanup along with some laundry and hanging up my clothes and my shirts and folding my laundry as well. And over here, I just changed the sheets to my bed and put some new covers on. And then I just made my cinnamon simple syrup for my Caffe Latte recipe, which you can find here on my channel, and I'll leave a link in the description, but it was very, very good. Then I decided to do a digital clean out, and it was a little bit more overwhelming than I expected. So many years of just files and photos and everything else piled in. So it actually didn't take me all day like I expected, or even just a couple of hours. It took me a little bit longer, so I actually had to do it a couple days at a time, which I'm still going through, but I feel a lot better at the end once I've gotten rid of all that digital clean out on my computers, my phones, and everything. It was a little frustrating, but I did it good. And then I just did some reading and went to my book club later that night, and we read a discussion for Love Chai and Other Four-Letter Words by Anika Sharma. It was a very good book. Day two of my staycation, I went to Blithewold Mansions and Gardens here in Bristol, Rhode Island. And I was very interested in the grounds more, but the house didn't really interest me. Don't get me wrong, it was a lovely house, very nice and spacious, a lot of great info, but I unfortunately couldn't download the audio tour onto my phone. And while we had a guide there that gave us some information, it was only one person that day as a volunteer. So it was more just reading off the information that was in the room, and the guide was helpful when I asked a few questions, and she was very knowledgeable and friendly. And the house itself was nice in its own way, but I did love the gardens, grounds, and view more. There's views of Narragansett Bay. There's lovely fountains. There's a moon gate, which I really enjoyed, but you can find a more fuller video on my channel, and I'll leave the link in the description. And afterwards, I went to Colt State Park in nearby area, and it was a very nice day. You know, it was nice and lovely. I'd only been there in the previous past on weekend days when it was holiday and everything, but it was a great time to be there on a Tuesday during the day, not too crowded, a lot of people out and about doing things like flying kites, riding bikes, or just watching the water and everything. And it was just a very nice time. I took a little walk around, had a sandwich, and it was just, a great time. I really enjoyed it. Beautiful day too. Then I had a movie night, and it was watching The Umbrellas of Cherbourg and Emile, and these are such great films. I highly recommend watching them. They're French films. Emily is from 2001, and Umbrellas of Cherbourg is from 1964, and I really enjoy them. I had some popcorn and some macaroons, so it was a very nice time. Day three of my staycation was, pretty simple. I did some housework in the morning, like cleaning under my bed and everything, and it actually got done a lot faster than I expected. There wasn't a lot of dust or cleanup, and it was very good just to do that and get it done. I also took some laundry that had been hanging and drying from Monday and decided to fold it and hang it, along with my sheets that I took off the bed Monday and washed and dried. And I just did some reading here so that way I could get all my books done for summer challenge of 2025. And it worked out pretty decently, but not as much as I had hoped. And then I went to do my finances a bit. And my finances were an interesting thing because I'm considering going back to full-on cash now for most of my payments. Not all of them, but some of them. And I'm hoping to do a future video on it because I realize I need to start saving a little bit more money because there's been a bit too much expenses due to the out-of-pocket dental medical cost I talked about the short time ago. And then I went out to dinner. I've been wanting to go to this French restaurant in Bristol, Rhode Island called La Central, and I got a chance to try some coq au vin. And then I had some dessert for creme brulee and macchiato, and all of it was really good. I ended up really enjoying it because all the chicken came off the bone very easily, so it was nice, tender, and moist. It was very nicely seasoned. The creme brulee was excellent. It had a great taste and great flavor, and paired with the macchiato, even better. I also did some window shopping after because it was still kind of nice out, even though it was raining. And I just took this picture because I thought this was funny and very relevant because who hasn't been to areas with seagulls that come to steal your snacks and food? Day 4 of my staycation was relatively simple. I went to the gym that morning and then I cleaned up my car and vacuumed it. And then I went to the grocery store just to do some grocery shopping. I picked up different items to chop up, like mango, raspberries, strawberries, zucchinis, and cucumbers. Not that you can chop up the raspberries, but you get what I mean. And then I made a spinach square recipe, and this was very good. I'll leave a link in the description for the fuller video of what I did, along with the short. And then I just decided to clean out my laptop bag. And I cleaned it out because it had been a mess for so long. I had a lot of papers and everything piled up. And it was a lot to go through, but it was really worth it at the end because I got everything done. A lot of the stuff I still need to go through was put into one pile so you can see the pens, the notebooks, papers, and everything. And I managed to get through it the other day, which was good. It cleaned out and it felt a huge weight lifted off my shoulders, and my laptop bag was a lot lighter for it. So for day 5 of my staycation, it was the final one, and it was a very relaxing, easy day. I went to the gym, I did some reading, and I just relaxed a little bit because everything had been done, and I watched a little TV. I actually watched The Golden Girls, some reruns. I hadn't seen that show in a while, so I had some laughs along the way. But the big night for me was going to a jazz live concert in Worcester, Massachusetts, where I really wanted to see Nicole Zaratis, who's a great singer. And I had a root beer float, which was very good from the food truck, but unfortunately it was a little bit expensive, more expensive than I expected. But it was a nice way to cool down. It wasn't alcoholic, so it's non-alcoholic. It was a good way for me to just relax, and I hadn't had a root beer float in a while. And the rest of it was very good. You know, the concert was excellent, and I can't put the music together because of copyright strikes and everything, but I'll leave a link to Nicole's music in the description. But it was a very nice time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment below. And also, thank you so much for all the subscribers. It really means a lot. And anyone who views as well, I appreciate everything. Thank you so much and have a good day.